Switzerland isn't just about chocolate, cheese, fancy watches, and those cool little army knives. It's also loaded, like seriously rich. But how does a tiny country with just about 9 million people stack up so high on the wealth charts? Let's dive into what really makes Switzerland one of the world's money magnets. Stick around, this is gonna be Swiss level interesting. Let's get into it. Switzerland might be old snow-capped mountains and postcard-worthy scenery, but behind that calm and cozy aesthetic, it's basically a billionaire's playground. And not just because of the fancy banks, though those definitely help. So here's the real tea. Switzerland's crazy wealth didn't just pop up overnight. Sure, people think of it as the land of chocolate, watches, and secret vaults, but it's so much more. The Swiss built their riches on centuries of smart strategy, not just scenic beauty. They've got innovation in their DNA. Switzerland isn't just chilling with cheese and neutrality. They're actually ranked as one of the most innovative countries in the world. Big players like Roche and Novartis in pharma, plus fintech, engineering, and tech startups are seriously pushing boundaries. The Swiss go hard on R&D, and it pays off in big ways. Legendary banking plus stability. Yeah, the Swiss banking system is iconic for a reason. It's known for being super secure, discreet, and ridiculously stable, which makes it a magnet for old money, new money, any money to be honest. Even with newer regulations, Swiss banks are still managing trillions in global assets. Not bad for a country smaller than some of US states, right? Low tax, high vibe. Switzerland has this genius thing where each canton, region, competes by offering lower tax rates, which means big businesses and billionaires get to shop around for the sweetest deal. Combine that with an overall business-friendly climate, and it's basically like a welcome home mat for the ultra-wealthy. Global access, local chill. And let's be real, if you're a billionaire, you want to enjoy your riches somewhere beautiful. Switzerland offers world-class healthcare, elite education, next-level privacy, and stunning nature, all in one tiny package. It's like the ultimate luxury retreat and business hub, all rolled into one. Okay, so we all know Switzerland has that bougie, calm vibe. World-class chocolate, luxe watches, the Alps, but the real flex? The country's average assets per resident sit around 460,000 Swiss francs, roughly $500,000. That's not your average piggy bank. That's I own a chalet in the mountains kind of energy. And it's not just the top 1% living large. Wealth in Switzerland has grown by a whopping 53% between 2000 and 2019. Like, imagine your bank account just casually growing by half in a couple of decades. Sounds dreamy, right? Now, here's where things get really wild. 800,000 millionaires are living in Switzerland, and the total population under 9 million. That's almost 1 in 10 people who are full-on millionaires. Walking into a Swiss cafe is basically walking into a Forbes list. Despite having just 0.01% of the world's population, Switzerland somehow claims 1.7% of the planet's wealthiest 1%. Like, what? They're punching way above their weight. According to a Credit Suisse report from 2020, Switzerland had the highest wealth per adult in the entire world. Yup, above the US, above Singapore, above Monaco. The Swiss are just different with it. Now yes, living in Switzerland is expensive. We're talking about $8 cappuccinos and $3,000 plus rent for a studio in Zurich. But for the people who've cracked the Swiss code, entrepreneurs, investors, big league execs, or just lucky heirs, the standard of living is unmatched. You get insane healthcare, pristine cities, A+ education, and let's be honest, views for days. So even though it costs a lot to live there, it's clear why so many people, especially the mega rich, are happy to drop their francs for that signature Swiss life. Switzerland is basically the VIP lounge of the world economy. But why are the rich so obsessed with Switzerland? Honestly, it's kinda like the perfect cocktail for wealthy folks. High wages. Workers here don't just survive, they thrive. Even entry-level jobs come with respectable paychecks. Stable economy. The Swiss franc is like the Beyonce of currencies. Reliable, respected, and always holding it down. Favorable tax system, especially for the ultra-rich. Switzerland's custom tax agreements and generous expat-friendly setups are like a warm hug with a tax break. That's why over 25% of the population has foreign roots. And a wild 50% of Swiss multimillionaires are originally from other countries. It's giving global elite relocation station. Expensive? Oh, for sure. Switzerland isn't cheap at all. In fact, CEO World Magazine crowned it the most expensive place to live in 2020. Think $25 burgers, $5 bottles of water, and $1,500 a month for health insurance if you're not careful. But the trade-off? Immaculate public services, spotless streets, dreamy views, and low crime. You're basically paying for that pristine, high-functioning aesthetic. Here's where it gets really cool. Switzerland became wealthy without major natural resources. No oil fields, no massive gold mines, just brains and drive. Back in the late 1800s, 1800s, Switzerland was early to the industrialization party, and instead of just making chocolate and cuckoo clocks, which, to be fair, slap, they invested hard in pharmaceuticals, hello, Novartis and Roche, high-tech machinery, chemicals, precision gems and instruments. They also don't import cheap stuff just to cut corners. Instead, they double down on homegrown quality, even if it means everything costs more. That's the Swiss way. Do it right or don't do it at all. One of Switzerland's secret weapons? Neutrality. By staying out of both world wars and most global drama, they avoided the destruction that hit a lot of other countries. So while others were rebuilding, Switzerland was stacking cash and upgrading. Add in a rock-solid democratic system, a culture of efficiency and accountability, and a rep as a trustworthy place to park your millions, and you've got the ultimate formula for becoming the world's financial safe haven. Okay, so while banking wasn't originally the heart of Switzerland's wealth-building story, remember, that was innovation plus industry. It definitely became the crown jewel in the last 100 years. Here's why. Favorable tax laws. These laws are so friendly to the rich, it's like a red carpet rolled out for high net worth individuals and global corporations. Think low taxes plus privacy equals financial paradise. Global trust. Swiss banks have earned a reputation for being safe, discreet, and crazy efficient. That combo has pulled in huge foreign investment over the years. Zurich and Geneva equals money hubs. These cities are now considered some of the most important financial centers in the world, rivaling places like London and New York. And yeah, Switzerland did get a lot of heat for being a go-to spot for shady money and secret accounts in the past, but they've cleaned up quite a bit recently, tightening regulations, improving transparency, and actually cooperating more with international tax authorities. Basically, still rich, but now with better PR. If you thought new money was running the show in Switzerland, think again. A massive portion of the country's wealth is inherited, passed down through long-standing family empires and very old money moves. Here's what's wild. Preferential inheritance tax laws. Compared to countries like France, Germany, or even the UK, Switzerland makes it super easy to keep that generational wealth intact. In some regions, direct heirs pay zero inheritance tax. Yup, zero. Family-run businesses. A ton of Switzerland's wealthiest families still own the companies they founded ages ago, or they've passed them on with minimal disruption, taxes, or drama. So while the rich keep investing, innovating, and expanding, there's a huge foundation of wealth that's just been marinating for generations. Swiss wealth hits different. The combo of banking power, low taxes, generational wealth, innovation plus industry, political neutrality basically created this perfect storm where Switzerland became a billionaire magnet. It's not just the chocolate that's rich here. Switzerland's famous neutrality during World War II wasn't entirely without benefit or scrutiny. Here's the tea. During the war, the Nazis funneled massive amounts of stolen gold, a lot taken from Holocaust victims, into Swiss banks. The Swiss National Bank acknowledged in 1996 that it profited from dealing with Nazi Germany, an estimated 20 million Swiss franc gain just from its wartime gold dealings. The Bergier Commission, an official Swiss historical investigation in 1997, revealed that 76% of Nazi gold transactions went through Switzerland.